The new...
Well, we have cupcakes with the difference this morning. We're getting a sweet treat that's great for adults to decorate just like the kids.
Yeah, we're like the kids. Kelly Lou has Black Forest cupcakes to kick off for us this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
They look so decadent.
Yes.
We're going, it's a Monday morning. No,
no diets at this time of year.
But they look amazing.
Thank you. So we're going to start by making the cupcake. This is a really easy mix. You don't even need a mixer for it. So in my bowl, I have 175 grams of self-raising flour, 50 grams of cocoa, and 150 grams of cast sugar. So just mix all your dry ingredients together. And then we're just going to get all our wet ingredients. So I have 2 eggs and 2 tablespoons of golden syrup. I'm adding in 150 mils of oil, so a flavourless oil, so like vegetable oil or sunflower oil, and 150 mils of milk. We're just going to mix them together.
I've never seen cakes with adding that much oil in with before.
Yeah, so there's no butter in this instead, so we're using oil instead of butter.
Okay, I was wondering, I was like...
Why no butter?
I always like oil with a chocolate cupcake. I think it just makes it that little bit softer, kind of more fudgy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I always use oil in chocolate cake.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I have, I just can't remember.
So it just makes it a bit fudgy, a bit kind of gooey. You kind of, you know, like get
and lighter nearly, I think. I find it lighter. So just mix that all together. This mix you could use, if you didn't want to do cupcakes, you can use this exact mix for, you can put this into a cake tin to make a Black Forest cake.
What kind of oil then? Is there a specific oil you would use?
Just a flavourless oil, so something with not a really strong flavour. So vegetable oil or sunflower oil is perfect. You know, you don't want anything like...
Okay, most people would have sunflower oil.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. So once that is mixed, we are going to scoop it into our cupcake tin. And it's quite a runny mix, so I find you can scoop it with a spoon. I find the easiest way is to pop your whole mix into a jug and then just pour it into the cupcake cases.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit
clever little tip
not as
there
messy.
Now. Yeah.
Because most of the time when we're doing cupcakes, I would use a cupcake scoop, but I find this is just that little bit too runny. So.
And how, so that mix, will that do all those
This will make 12 cupcakes, yeah. Okay. So you want to fill your cupcake case about 3/4 the way full.
Because it comes up in the oven.
Do you kind of have, will it raise? Will it?
Oh, it will, it'll raise up to the top of the cupcakes. So once you have all those filled, they're going into a preheated oven, 175 degrees for 22 minutes. So when they're in the oven, then you can make your filling. So this is your black cherry filling. So what I have is I have 2 tins of cherries. These are just pitted cherries and syrup. You get them in the supermarket. And you want to drain them, but keep the syrup.
Okay.
Okay. So then they're going into your saucepan, the cherries, with 200 mils of the syrup back in, so it's roughly about half the syrup is going back in. So this is like the cherry jam that we're making for the centre.
And
then
that goes into the middle of the cupcake.
Yeah, 200 grams of caster sugar, and then 2 tablespoons of corn flour to thicken it. So put that on your hob, bring it to the boil, and then let it simmer, and it'll thicken up. You want it thick enough that it's slightly, so you can see the syrup there has gone a lot thicker.
So, it
coats the cherries. It's like a cherry jam. Yeah.
And do we put that on when it comes out?
So when our cupcakes come out of the oven, what we're going to do is...
Right, we have them here, do we?
Yes.
Oh, no, we already have the stuff
You have the jam already in it. So the syrup that was left over, what we're going to do is we're going to add some... This is completely optional. We're going to add a good slosh of kirsch to it. So this is like a cherry liqueur. Okay. You can leave this out if you want. You don't have to have that in. You can also add that into your jam as well if you want to put in the liqueur to that.
If you put it into the jam, does it burn off the alcohol? No.
No. You can just kind of mix it in at the end. So when our cupcakes are out of the oven and they're still slightly warm, so they haven't cooled fully, we're just going to get this syrup and brush it all over the top. And what it'll do, because the cupcake's still warm, that syrup's going to soak down into the cupcake and make it really lovely and moist.
Can we give it a go?
We have the ones that are done, and then you get your icing.
So when your cupcake then is fully cooled, you're going to just core out the centre. You can use an apple core, you can use a little knife, and then the jam that we made, we're going to put that into the centre of the cupcake. So push those cherries right down into the middle of the cupcake. And then I've whipped up some cream just before we came on air.
Do you start from the outside and work away in?
I start in the middle.
Oh, right.
I've done it right. So
why the middle now?
I just find that easier. Some people start on the outside. Oh, they're really good.
Here.
I like to start...
Look at that. That's good. So how do you make those? So is it key to have the little bottom bit?
Your tip on it, and an open.
about?
There's all different shapes tips. So Alan's is a slightly different shape to your one.
Oh yeah.
And then to decorate, you can put. I just have like crumbled.
He has a different thing nozzle on his.
Try this one.
Look at that.
Try this one.
So you're
The
giving me.
bigger one.
Oh yeah. No, so you've done.
They're great, aren't they?
And I've just some crumbled flake bars just to crumble
you've
on
that
top.
one.
And if you wanted as well, you could
Oh,
drizzle
yeah,
some
look,
more
see-
of that lovely cherry jam on top
See
as
that
well.
now, Tommy. Look at that.
Look at this one.
Ne-
like with that one.
I'm liking this one.
Like a flower or something.
I'm liking this one. Then put our little
chocolate
little
on
chocolate
top.
on top.
Kelly Lou, look at this,
Look
right?
at them.
Come on.
Kelly, look now, in fairness, you'd actually buy them from us,
would.
wouldn't you?
No, I'm not sure.
We'll have a Christmas market set up.
I'm
Alan.
telling you, we'll have our own Christmas market selling our cupcakes. They lovely. Oh,
I think. And it's
I love
really
the
nice.
filling as well.
The filling is really nice. And that'll keep it in a jar. It'll keep
yeah,
for a couple of days
that
in the
one's
fridge.
the nicest. They're very good, Tommy.
Oh, good, aren't they?
They're very good.
That little nozzle's great.
Put it on your Christmas list.
But your cakes are brilliant as well.
Thank you so
very
much.
much
Thank
for
you.
that. Still lots to come in RLD, and we'll see you back here in a few minutes.